welcome to my YouTube channel. Denasia Renee here, bringing you this Michael Myers, Michelle Myers, whatever you want to call her. I've been getting a lot of requests from my followers to start this YouTube channel. I already had one, but just wasn't active on it. Now I think I'm ready, or I at least try to be, more consistent with my channel, more active. I know having this YouTube channel will reach a lot more people, and if you already follow me from my Instagram, which would be drop below. If you already follow me from my Instagram, then you already know this is a regular thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Let me know how you guys like this. Let me know what you guys think, and enjoy. Hey guys, so first we're going to start off by blacking out our brows. I'm just using this simple Elmer's glue and a spoolie, brushing out the brows. You want to make sure that you're saturating the brows inside and out. Just run the glue between the hairs. Make sure you get it nice and saturated. I'm using the comb side on this brush to just basically comb through the hairs and get them flat, nice and flat to my skin. All the hairs should basically be stuck to your face right now. You want to make sure the layers are nice and dry before you apply another layer. Essentially, you want to just keep applying the layers until it's smooth, no bumps, no grooves. I just applied about 3 to 4 layers on mine, but my hairs are very thin, so I didn't need a lot. I don't usually need a lot. I would say that how much glue you need to apply depends on your hair and your hair texture. So now we're just going to go in with my Coty Airspun powder. Make sure all the glue is nice and dry. You want to pack the powder, push it into your skin as hard as you can. Just make sure you push it in there. It will not work if you do not push it into your skin. Now I'm going to take my Mehron Clown White cream paint and basically cover up my whole face. I went over my brows with the paint. Usually you would use some type of heavy concealer, but I decided to just use the paint since I was painting my face white anyway. I didn't think about it when I was painting. I accidentally painted over my eyes, but you just want to take a Q-tip and basically carve out where you want the eye holes to be for the mask.
The annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity.
Just taking that clown white paint and basically defining the eye holes. We want those lines to be crisp because that's going to give us that effect that we want.
Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with
By the way, if you're liking the beat, check out my bro, ShizzyDaManager. I'll put his information down below, but check him out. He made this beat just for me, just for this video, and I appreciate him very much. When defining these eye holes, you have to remember that the mask is very worn, so it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be tattered and ripped. I'm using a photo as a guide, but kind of not at the same time. I kind of want to make it my own, but still follow the whole Michael Myers look, basically how it was in the movie. I still want it to look like that, but still my own thing, Now I'm just going to go in with my clown white paint again and highlight all of the high places on the mask. So that would be cheekbones, Cupid's bow, forehead, mostly the regular places, but kind of following the mask structure more than a regular face. On my neck, I'm going to re-highlight basically the edge of the mask. We want it to look lifted, you know, realistic, like it's actually there, not just paint on our skin. You'll always see me go back with my sponge because you always want to make sure everything is blended. If it's not blended, it's not right. It's not right. Sometimes, like I would say, for a look like this, you might get a little leeway because the mask is meant to look patchy and worn, but usually you want to always make sure everything is blended together. Now we get to the mouth area. His mouth is a completely different shape than my mouth is. You know, being blessed with bigger lips is not always a blessing, but we make it work. His mouth is kind of highlighted around the outside, and the lips are kind of more like dark and sunken kind of. So right now I'm just highlighting the perimeter just to give us that effect. Now going in with my CC Beauty cream paint palette, I mix together these colors shown to get this kind of peachy tone for that wear effect. I found this actual behind the scenes picture of the mask that they used in the movie, so I just used this as my guide when I was applying the colors and the cream paints. It's a whole lot more accurate if you actually have some type of guide to look at, because it's going to be a lot harder if you're just freehanding. So I like the way that peachy tone looks, so I just added a little green to it for more of a dirty, grimy kind of color, and it looked perfect. Just the effect that I was going for. So you'll hear me reiterate time and time again, just make sure everything is blended, please. When you see me apply the color, I always switch between the color sponge and the white sponge just to make sure that everything blends into each other perfectly, just how we want it to. Just going back in with that white sponge and re-highlighting everything, make sure none of the original highlight got lost because I haven't set my face yet, so cream paint slide around. It's just the way it works. Now I'm going in with my Mehron Colorset powder. Just a colorless powder will work, any translucent powder, and basically patting and pushing the powder into my skin because I don't want to smear the cream paint. Dusting off the excess powder that's left. Now taking these two brown shades from this palette I got off of Amazon and basically creating all of the marks and scratches and wounds and wrinkles, basically all of the lines that we see on his face, I'm creating with these brown shadows. Now my lips are very puckerish and prominent, so I have to basically go and draw his lips on my lips, if that makes any sense. When recreating someone else's face on your face, you have to basically study their facial structure and their facial anatomy to make it look accurate, you know. We see that his top lip is kind of sharp and the cupid's bow dips down like very far, so I have to make my lips fit that picture. This light brown shadow is just basically giving me a trace of what I want to do. So after I do this brown shadow, it will be a darker shadow and eventually black, but for now we just want to basically mark where everything goes and know where everything is supposed to be. He doesn't really have any eyebrows, but I just wanted to draw them to give me that placement, know where they go and know how to create the lines and marks around them. I just want to apologize for the lighting. It tends to do that when I have so much white in the camera, but just please disregard. Now the nose, my nose is very wide, like my nasal bridge is very wide, so in order to make my nose fit his nose, I have to basically create the shape using the shadows. So after that light brown shadow, the darker brown shadow, we're just going over all of the light brown shadow. We don't want the lines to be too clean, and we want to give it that dimension effect, so I'm just going over with a fluffy brush with white paint and basically dimming the shadow. We're marking up the face. We want to make sure that we mark up the neck. We don't want the neck to be clean and the face is all grimy and dirty. So for this side of my face, I actually used a different photo that was basically more descriptive on like all of the details on this side of his face. So it gave me way more of an understanding and helped make it way easier. But the same process, light brown shadow to mark out where I want everything to be. Dark brown shadow to give it that depth effect before the final black to give it that ultimate depth effect. Also, by smudging around the brown is giving it that dirty feel. So that's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we're looking for. I know I'm not going to be able to get the scars to be exactly the same as the actual mask, but I tried my best, and we could get it as close as we can get it, baby. Now we're going in with a dark brown shadow and a black shadow to deepen up those creases and the eye sockets. We want everything to be deep before going in with that black paint. Again, this will help us achieve that realistic look of the mask. Now, the original mask didn't have that cut over the lip, but I wanted my mask to have that cut over the lip, so I did it. If you want to change yours up, you can change yours up. It does not have to be exactly how the movie mask was. Do what you want to do you. This is your look. Take control. Now I'm going to go in with that yellow color from the Amazon palette, and I'm basically dabbing it around my face to match the photo, to give it more of a grime discoloration, like it's been sitting in the basement for however many years or whatever, so we want to just make it as realistic and accurate as possible. Taking the black from my Mehron Paradise AQ Basic palette, I'm filling in my eye sockets, that deep dark effect, and filling in all of the scars and craters, lines, wrinkles that I have on my face with the black, just to give it that depth that I was talking about.
Including murder will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
So guys, please don't mind my faces when I'm painting my eyes. It's very hard for me to paint my eyes because I have hooded eyelids, so I can't really get all the way in my eyes with my eyes open, if that makes any sense. So I make weird faces all the time. I think y'all get used to it though, the more y'all watch my videos. But this is all the time, and I'm always so self-conscious about it. Now I'm just going around my lips with a dark brown shadow to give the lips that sunken effect. So after I filled the lips in, I realized that I wanted to make the lip even smaller because my bottom lip is still a little bit too big. So I had to cut the lip with the white paint. the hair. So I literally just got my hair done and I was not trying to put paint in it and mess it up. So what I did was basically draw the hairline on my face so that I wouldn't have to paint my hair. I used the brown and black water paints from my Mehron palette to fill it in off camera. Now the bottom of the mask is that same depth technique that I was telling you about. I already went in with a light brown shadow to mark where I wanted everything to be, the dark brown shadow to go over that, and now the black to cut to give us that sharp bottom of the mask. And now going in all of the cuts, lines, creases with the black paint to give us that ultimate depth effect. Now what's actually going to give us that depth effect is the contrast between the white and the black. So I'm going in with my white cream paint and I'm basically going around the black to highlight which parts are the mask and basically draw attention to the mask rather than the deep points. I wanted to cut up the bottom of my mask. Like I wanted it to be way more cut up and tattered than the original mask is. And it didn't turn out to be my favorite part, but it still looked cool and I liked it, so I was satisfied regardless. So this is the finished look. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. Give me feedback in the comments, please. I would really appreciate it. Anything that you guys think could be better or any suggestions for looks that you would want to give, I'm always open to suggestions. Tune in to my next video. Thanks for watching.